Yeah, so the other thing to look for is specific patterns in mental imagery. So an example of this was during our session during the retreat a couple weeks ago. We did a meditation, a higher self opening intention, and for me, there was an entire stream of information that was coming through the mind's eye. So specific images. It was like in the mind's eye, I was being guided through OBEs that I had experienced before. And going through these OBEs was actually having an effect on the physiology. There was this sense of the body expanding and becoming very light and transparent. So these are all markers when you're having contact with a lower astral entity. Uh, those elevated markers, those expansion and consciousness markers are not present. Often you experience things like a sense of overwhelming perfection or a sense of unconditional love or a oneness with all beings or peace, right? So a lower astral being that is giving you some doom and gloom message, that message is not going to create the physiological marker of inner peace or the emotional, spiritual marker of inner peace. So these are ways to discern, but mostly it's just a matter of uh, getting clear and beginning to feel the texture of your own internal dialogue versus these intuitive hits, hunches, or data streams from the higher self. So a really common one is to see something before it happens. So this is the inner visual perception. Like you get a mental image. So like an example of this is you're driving your car and you flash get a mental image of like a T-bone or a collision happening like at the intersection, and you pull up to the intersection and bang, a collision actually happens. So there's a capacity to perceive information in advance or perceive an event in advance, and that will come through your inner visual faculty, your mind's eye, or any of the other senses. You might actually feel the body, for example, have a reaction before something even occurs. So yeah, the exercise from Seth that we're gonna do, we'll do it right now, is actually to what we're gonna do is close our eyes and feel for the inner senses. So I'll walk all of us through them. The whatever is being perceived, you just allow the mind to uh, daydream. That's really what the exercise is. It's a You're giving yourself the space to daydream. So it's not like meditation where you're not trying to think or you're trying to relax and rest in stillness or awareness. This is actually like you're giving yourself permission to daydream. And in that daydreaming, you'll find that these inner senses are active. And so you want to inhabit those inner senses in the daydreams. And if the daydreams shift from one environment or one reality to another, you just let that happen. If you feel inclined to explore what's happening in a specific daydream, you let that happen as well. But this is really light-handed, very, very light. You're not trying to do anything, but just let your mind go. So how we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the higher self opening intention. You can just repeat it after me, or you can do your own version of it. And then in whatever inner reality we find ourselves in the mind's eye, we're going to go through tapping in, tuning into the various senses, various inner senses while doing that. That's going to give way to a specific induction technique, which is a sensation based induction technique for lucid dreaming. So that's what we're going to practice today. We're going to do the tuning into the inner senses, and then we're actually going to transition into an induction technique for the purpose of learning how to do it. Like, if you're actually sleepy enough to have a lucid dream right now, fantastic. I mean, for me, it's like 7:30, so it's not going to happen. But this is the same faculty that you're using to actually enter a dreamscape. So let's give it for the next. Let's give everyone 2 or 3 minutes, 5 if we need it, to remember a dreamscape, remember a memory from a dream that we can use as the final portion of this, inner senses meditation. Because what we're going to do is, once we're in that dreamscape, you're going to feel your hands in the dreamscape. You're going to feel the uh, physical sensations of the dreamscape. So the dreams of the beach, you're going to be feeling the sands, the dream, the dream sands on your dream feet, the dreaming, the sounds that you were hearing in the dream, the feelings that you had. We're going to go into all of that. So let's spend 5 minutes remembering a given dreamscape. It could be a dreamscape or an OBE. Either one is fine. And once you have that, just put like a thumbs up in the chat, and then we can all begin with our higher self meditation and just go into this. This is exactly how you do an induction. So this is it. All right, you can let me know. You can all let me know when you're ready. By the way, you could also use a character or a person that you met in a dream. That works as well. So, but either way, you're going to be tuning into the inner sense doors. Yeah, if you're good to go, just remember to let us know in the chat. All right, so I think we're good. Seems to be everyone. All right. Let's proceed with the opening intention and close your eyes. Enter a receptive and meditative state. Just relax and be in your receiving mode. You can smile and let's spend the first minute in silence. Let's start with the protective intentions. I close myself off to all but my God and higher self. I close off my aura to all but my God and higher self. I close off my aura to all but God and my higher self. And here see a golden protective light, golden sphere around the body, and imagine a golden light from the crown of your head going up into the sky. Now connect with the higher self. You can also do your own particular version or method for this. Higher self now. Notice how your mind and body responds to the command higher self now and just rest in that feeling, whatever it is. Relax and just allow whatever's presenting itself to build. You know the difference between how your mind and body feels now compared to normal meditation. Could be more peace than usual or heightened sensations in the brain or crown. Could be anything. Now, without having any concern for the answer, so really be released when you ask the question. can ask, what's the most important thing for me to know at this time? Higher self, what is the most important thing for me to know at this time? And just relax and see what images or words begin to formulate. Let go. Notice the effect of the images or the phrases on your consciousness. And you can express gratitude before we transition into the inner senses exercise. All right, so we'll transition now. Let your mind daydream. So, whatever image or environment appears, start to see and feel yourself there.